It's 3 a.m. You're sailing through the Bermuda Triangle. The ocean is calm, too calm. Your compass starts spinning like crazy, and every signal on your ship just dies. And then the sea doesn't swallow you, it opens like a door. Your ship doesn't sink, it descends. 100 meters, 500, 1,000. And there, underneath the Atlantic, hidden from every satellite and every government on Earth for thousands of years, is a full-blown city. Welcome everyone. My name is Thalorin, and no, I'm not here to talk about Bali or Paris today. For my tourism project, I'm presenting a destination that frankly sounds like it shouldn't exist. An advanced underwater civilization beneath the Bermuda Triangle called Thalorin. And just this year, after staying hidden for centuries, it has finally opened its doors to outside visitors for the first time. Quick shout out before we dive in. Some visuals and ideas are inspired by Aquaman, Atlantis the Lost Empire, and Avatar the Way of Water. So basically, if Hollywood already imagined it better than me, I'm still in the aesthetic. Alright, let's go find out where all those missing ships actually went. So, here's the theory. What if they never disappeared? What if they simply moved? Thousands of years ago, survivors of those ships and planes built a hidden civilization beneath the ocean and protected it within Triangle Shield, a giant electromagnetic barrier. Cool idea, except it had a design flaw. Anything that got too close didn't bounce off, it got pulled in. The survivors became citizens of Thalorin, and for centuries, the city remained hidden from the surface. Until this year, for the first time in history, Thalorin has opened its gates to the outside world. Okay, so now that it's actually open, how do we get in? You still can't just Google it like a regular vacation spot. The only authorized way in is through the one and only agency called Abyssal Expeditions, their official, publicly recognized travel partner. Here's how it actually works. Anyone can apply. You fill out an application, go through background checks, medical screening, and a psychological evaluation. But out of all those applicants, Abyssal only moves forward with 5. To confirm that you've actually been selected for that year's trip, they will contact you personally and walk you through the non-disclosure agreement covering restricted areas. No personal cameras, no GPS. Everything is filmed using Thalorin's own equipment and reviewed before you're allowed back to the surface. Alright, so what does the actual trip look like once you're picked? It starts at a coordinate called the fail point, right in the middle of the triangle. But you can only get through at exactly 3 a.m. when the shield weakens just enough to let fresh water and air circulate. You'll start on a yacht called the Drift, then transfer into a tiny submarine called the Subpod. The deeper you go, the darker it gets, until suddenly, bioluminescent creatures light up the water, and then there it is, a massive glowing dome city sitting on the ocean floor. To get around the city, you'll hop on a cart glider, basically a gondola that glides through the water on its own. The whole place runs on something called hydrocore, which basically turns deep sea pressure into clean electricity. Now, the next question. Where do you even sleep in a place like this? You will stay at the Pearl Residences, a hotel shaped like a giant pearl, glass walls, no curtains, no roof, and at night you're literally falling asleep while glowing sea creatures drift above your bed. Now, for the fun part, what do you actually do there? You walk the reef skywalk, a glass bridge through living glowing coral that looks like it's been hit with a rainbow filter 24/7. Then you'll try deep current surfing, riding hydrocore powered currents underwater without a single real wave in sight. At night, you hit the bioluminescent night market, where everything glows on its own, no electricity needed, and you eat seafood cooked with water pressure instead of fire, a cooking method found nowhere else on the surface. And my personal favorite, memory pearl diving. You dive down, touch an ancient pearl, and it plays back an actual hologram memory from the city's history. So, instead of reading a boring history textbook, you just experience it. Alright, now, for the part everyone's been waiting for, how much does all of this cost? Thalorin has its own currency, the Lumis, based on the rarity of their energy pearls instead of gold. One Lumis is worth roughly 35,000 rupiah, or about $2.2 US. A 4-day, 3-night package runs you about 1,500 Lumis, around 52,500,000 rupiah, covering transport, the hotel, meals, and all the main activities. Yes, that's expensive, but let's be real. You're not paying for a vacation. You're paying to be one of the first people in history to see it. A few things before you sign up too. If you've got claustrophobia or heart issues, sit this one out. The subplot is not the place for you. You'll also wear a pressure suit for the first 24 hours just so your body can adjust. And the biggest rule of all? Nobody stays longer than 4 days. Scientists still don't fully understand what long-term hydrocore exposure does to a normal human body. Nobody's tried staying longer. Or, well, maybe somebody has, we just haven't heard from them since. So, next time you hear about another ship vanishing in the Bermuda Triangle, maybe don't assume the worst anymore. Now we actually know exactly where they went. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And hey, if you ever do apply and you get that call from Abyssal Expeditions, maybe pick up the phone. This has been Rel S. Caprianto, signing off.